Good morning, welcome to Furry and Spoilt. Today I'm going to talk to you about why you shouldn't keep your dog in a crate or a cage. Let's stop messing around with this. It's a cage. It's keeping your dog in a cage. Now, I know this is quite controversial. I'm probably going to get hammered for this, but I don't care. I feel really strongly about this. If you have to keep your dog in a cage, a crate, whatever you want to call it, something's very, very wrong with the whole setup. And I've had puppies for years and years and years, and I've never ever put one in a cage ever. It's just so unbelievably cruel, and it somehow got trendy. I don't know, maybe 10 years ago or something. It suddenly became okay to keep your dog in crates, and I just don't know how it. I'll tell you exactly why it became okay. It became okay because it was easier than training a puppy. I can't emphasize this enough. There's no need to keep a dog in a crate. I've had all sorts of puppies, German Shepherd puppies, all these were puppies. All of my dogs, they were all puppies at some point. None of them were kept in crates. Now, I get that puppies will destroy your house, and so you've got to keep them safe. So I'm all for keeping them perhaps in an area at times, if need be, but don't put them in the crate. Don't put them in a crate. I mean, if you do need to pop out, then what I would suggest is that you could use fire guards. In a minute, I'll take you and show you a fire guard that I use to stop if I don't want my boys going outside or something like that. I'll take you in a minute and show you that. You could maybe corner off an area of a room or something like that, but that is completely different to putting them into a cage. I just watched somebody on YouTube, and I really like her. I followed her for years. She's not in the dog world. It's more from a manifestation, inspirational health kind of thing. And I've watched her for years, and she's got dogs, and I think she's a good dog owner. But I know that she's got this puppy, and the puppy's now big. He's a husky, and he's getting big. 9 months old, but he's getting big. And I just watched in one of her videos, she was going out, so she put him into this cage. The cage he couldn't hardly move in this cage. And don't say to me, oh no, but the cage is big enough for my dog. He can move around in it. I don't care. And I can put money on it. If I ever get contacted by anybody, whether it be in real life, whether it's meeting the dog and we're out and about, people know me. So, they'll talk to me about stuff. And they've like a nervous disposition, or they're aggressive, they're anxious, you can bet your life that they're kept in a cage. And I always say to them, get the dog out of the cage. Nothing good comes of it. It's an awful, awful thing. And don't bother giving me this thing about, yeah, but I don't shut the door. He just goes in there and don't shut the door. Then why do you have a cage? You don't need to have a cage. You could just make him up a nice bed somewhere out of the way, give them their own area, like Hump's here. This is his bed. This is very much his bed. The other dogs don't go on it. It's his bed. It's tucked back a bit. He's got his bed, and he goes there. He goes on there to sleep. Sometimes he comes on the sofa with us, but that's his bed. That's his area. You can recreate that. You don't have to put your dog into a crate. And yeah, it might be making life easier for you when they're a puppy because you haven't got to bother training them. But as that dog gets older, it's going to be nervous and anxious. Not just because you kept him in a cage, but also because you didn't bother to train him. Do you know what? Right, so Humps has come from Korea, and so he was kept in a cage for the first 5 years of his life. And what's the difference between him and I talk about him, and I talk about how he's come from hell, and he's come from all this awful environment, he's come from this awful situation. And I know you're not being cruel to your dog as you're not beating them and all that stuff, but you're still keeping them in a cage. And I can't stand it. I can't bear it. It's cruel. Just because it seems to be becoming the norm, just because it seems to be what everybody's telling you to do, dog trainers, behaviourists, they're all telling you to do it. It doesn't make it okay. It really doesn't make it okay. There is no reason why you can't train your puppy to not destroy your house. And this goes down to another thing. If you are having to leave your puppy for long periods of time, then you shouldn't have a puppy. End of story. I don't care. I don't care how controversial this gets. If you are leaving your house for long enough for your dog to destroy, you should not be leaving your puppy. You just shouldn't. And as for putting a puppy in a cage and leaving him there all day, cruel. You are being cruel. Don't get caught up in this whole belief system of, oh, it's what you do. You get a puppy and you buy a crate and you put the puppy in the crate. Don't get caught up in that belief system. It wasn't that long ago that the belief system was that you could get an electric collar put around your dog's neck, and if they pulled on the lead or he barked, you gave him an electric shock. That was, people accepted that. People thought that was okay, and everybody was doing that, giving their dogs electric shocks if they didn't behave. Now, thankfully, some laws have come into place and some common sense has come into place, and that's no longer okay. Well, I don't think it will be long before crating becomes not okay, and putting your dog into a crate is seen as cruel. It's just right now it seems like acceptable, but it is not acceptable. And just because they call it a dog crate, that doesn't make it okay. You are keeping your dog in a cage. It's that straightforward. It's that straightforward. I'm going to do a whole series of videos. I've done some already and I'll do some more on how to train your puppy so that you don't need to, so you can stop him chewing the house, so you can get your puppy to behave. And therefore, you're not going to need to keep them in the cage. Don't keep them in the cage at night. Put them on the bed with you. He's a pack animal. He wants to be with his pack. Put him on the bed with you. If you make sure your dog... This is the other thing. To get good behaviour out of a puppy, you need your dog to be tired. If you have put your dog in a cage, the puppy is not burning off any exercise at all. He will be incredibly anxious because you've just locked him in a cage. He can't get out of it. And the other thing that I cannot stand from a cruelty point of view is, so this YouTuber I've just watched, she put this dog in the crate, nothing else in the crate. No water, nothing. Just in the crate. I don't know how long she was going to be out for, but she went to do this and she went to do that. So I think she was out for quite a long time. I'm not watching her anymore because I can't watch an animal be treated like that. I've messaged her and I've made it perfectly clear why and how I think about it. But I can't watch her keep putting her dog into a cage. I just can't watch it. It actually breaks my heart for that dog. That poor dog gets put into a cage for 4 hours or whatever. It's not on. It's not okay. Now, I'm here to help you people. I know I get ratty with you and I know I get angry, but I am here to help you people. And I'm certainly here to help your dogs. If you have got a problem with your puppy and that is why you're putting him into a cage, will you please contact me? Let me help you. Please contact me. I'm not a trainer, I'm not a behaviourist. I've had dogs for 25 years. I've trained dogs to work for disabled people. I've built programs to teach German Shepherds that should have been police dogs to work for disabled people. I've done agility competitions, obedience competitions. I've rescued humps here from the worst case scenario. Went undercover to rescue Harry. My little Albert over here's got autism. I've helped dogs that were about to be put to sleep because they were aggressive. I've done it all and I can help you. I really can. If it stops you putting your dog into a crate, then please, 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 will you please contact me? Well, I'm going to go and show you now this fire guard thing I've got. Right, so you can see here, I've got this now. It's actually a fire guard that I've got. You see, it's really long. It goes all the way down there. You see it? And what I do is I use this bit here like a gate. So in the summer, it doesn't really happen in the winter, but in the summer, I don't want the dogs to just be able to go outside whenever they want, not when it's really hot. So I just put that across the back door like that, and they can't get out. Now, if I was to have a puppy in this house, what I would do is I would make something with this fire guard. So I'd find an area of the house and I would make him an area. Not the size of a crate, a big area. A big, big area. I would find him a big area, block him off so that he can't hurt himself. Now, there are going to be times when you're going to want to just put your puppy away. Even if you have your puppy all day, there will be times when you need to do the hoovering or the washing up, or you need to do stuff. You need to get on with your life. This tiny little puppy would perhaps get in the way. If that's the case, pop him into something that you've made. So maybe what I would do is I'd even maybe get 2 of these and make a big like playpen. But I wouldn't be leaving him in there for 4 hours. I certainly wouldn't be doing that. I definitely not telling you to use this instead of a crate. I'm just telling you to use it to block off an area so that if you do need to just keep your puppy safe, you can do that. It's not the same as putting him into a cage. And yeah, sure, you could say, well, he's going to be able to jump over that. But if you're out, you shouldn't be out long enough where the dog could jump over that and it could be a problem. So, you know, I'm sorry I have to get so ratty about this, but I feel really, really passionately about this. And I certainly can't accept the fact that it's just become the norm and that it's just okay to put dogs in crates. Because when you're new to the dog world, I think a lot of dog owners, they actually don't feel okay about putting their dog in a cage. They don't feel okay about that at all. But, you know, it seems to be what people do. It seems to be the done thing. But please believe me, go with your instinct. It's not. It's cruel. Dogs should not be kept in cages. It's cruel. Please don't do it. Please, 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 just please don't do it. Please contact me. Please don't do it. So anyway, I'm going to go now. But thank you very much for watching. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. You can contact me on there. You can contact me in comments here. On Instagram, you can message me. Or on Twitter, you can't you? Just private message me if you want to. And I know I'm probably going to get a lot of flack for this. And I don't care. I just don't care. I feel very strongly about this. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a lovely day. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.